Welcome back to the Corporate Happiness Show. I'm Jacqueline Pirtle, your host. And I tell you what, the show is all about bringing happiness into corporations, into the work life, but also privately. And that's why I'm so excited today with my guest, because we're actually going to go into the private as well. And I am also going to learn a lot of stuff today, just like you listeners. So thanks for being here. And basically, my guest today, we met through our work together, Alice and Nagini, my newest children's book, and we held a event together, which was for families. So Tyheshia, thanks for being on the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to get to work with you again. This has just been such a journey. I'm glad that you brought us along and let us meet Ella.
I know we quite have a story with each other. So let's dive right in with what you do, because what you do has such a profound impact on happiness at home, which rolls over into the work life as well, then for everyone really. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what you do?
So thank you. So I am Tyheshia Scott, and I'm the director of the Children's Board Family Resource Centers in Hillsborough County. And so there's 7 centers in Hillsborough County, and they're all managed by Lutheran Services. And what I get to do each day is have fun, right? So
I love it.
Right, I get to have fun each day. But not only do I get to have fun, but I get to help families also have fun. And and obviously it's like, okay, who's paying for that? Well, the taxpayers of Hillsborough County, right? But really what we're doing is we are giving the families the tools that they need to create safe, healthy, and happy environments for their children, right? And we're doing that by providing the parents the things that they need. So for instance, if you have a child between the ages of 0 to 5 and you need diapers, you need to get back to work, you need assistance getting your daycare started, just a wide variety of things that are needed. And this is how I tie that to happiness, because when we aren't able to meet the needs of our family and our children, we're stressed, right?
Yeah.
We're stressed. But what we're able to do is to give those parents the tools they need and to take some of those stressors off of their table, so then that they're left with happiness and they're left with time to have fun with their children and to teach their children how to have fun as they go through life. Because and even with math tutoring, we teach parents how to teach math to their kids in a fun way.
Wow.
So we make that happy. We get to make math happy, right? We get to make, words and learning. We get to make that fun and happy. And we don't just do it. Everything we do is about teaching the parents how to do it once they walk through our doors. We can do it all day long by ourselves, but if we can give the parents what they need to be able to replicate, that's when we know we're doing the right thing. So again, we're one of 60 programs funded by the Children's Board that are solely there to make safe environments for children. And our part of that is fun and happy.
Yeah, I like that. And it really highlights, when you, as a parent, when you're stressed, it's really hard to create a happy space. And we've all been there, right? I'm a mom too. And that's normal. And I like how your work and your centers really represents a support system for the parents. No, you're not able to solve every single thing, but you're there to support the parents. And when they have a problem or have a bad day or whatnot, or they have anything really, a struggle with themselves, because that's usually where it's coming from anyway, they can actually come to your centers and they can be there, and they're heard, because you look at it as normal that parents are allowed to have a support system, right?
Absolutely. One of the things that that we're focused on this year is allowing parents to be seen as people, right? Parents are people too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Children are people, and children have emotions, right? So when we're talking about that social emotional health that we're trying to develop in the children, and the flip side of that is we're also allowing parents to be people, and one of the most utilized spaces in all of our centers, in all 7 of the centers, is the free play area. It's nothing structured. Parents and kids get to come in and just play. There's nobody there that's saying, okay, hey, play this way, and every now and then, you'll have the kids that get a little loud and the parents are looking around and they're worried. I'm like, no, we signed up for this. We know children get loud. We signed up for this, a lot of times similar to other parents, if there's no, crying, and even, even sometimes as parents, we listen, oh, where there's a cry, but what kind of cry is it? If there's no crying, they're good, let them play. And you sit there and you play with your child and leave the stressors outside. Now, there are some times where we can't get away from those stressors, right? And that's what our other programming and our other providers that we bring into the center is to then help the parents with those other stressors and to give them the tools to try to reduce the stress as much as we possibly can. But we're really looking forward to that. We're really looking forward to that.
I love that. And once again, it creates the support for parents, but what it really also creates is it's like a model, so parents can actually see that there is happiness possible really at any time, no matter the circumstances, and you're supporting that. And what happens to parents when they're less stressed, they find a little happiness, and they find a place that they're supported. What happens then is you are a happier person that goes to work too, which actually then helps wherever you go to work to, is it a small business, is it a corporation or whatnot? How important do you think happiness is in family life?
Family life is extremely happy. Family life should be as happy as possible. And the reason is because of this thing called ACEs. We have adverse childhood experiences, right? And so that's one of the reasons why we strive to create those safe and happy environments, because we want to reduce the ACEs that children experience, because we know that the more adverse childhood experiences that a child has, then when they get older, they're more susceptible to those things that we're trying to avoid now as adults: high blood pressure, the anxiety and all those things that we know comes with heightened stress and being unhappy. So that's why happiness is so important in a family, not just for the child, but also for the adults, because we know with that increased stress and the less happy you are, the more medical issues that you might be susceptible to. So that's why creating a happy environment is really important. Creating a happy environment as much as possible is really important, because we want to reduce the ACE score, again, those adverse childhood experiences. And we know if we're creating a situation that's reducing those adverse childhood experiences, then we're also creating a situation where you have a parent that's happier because they know that they're providing the best environment possible for their child.
Oh, absolutely. So let me ask you something. I mean, do corporations share with their people that your centers exist?
So probably not as much as we would like to.
Right? I think because it's not so known. So I tell you what, can you tell us a little bit how workplaces, businesses can share with their people that you exist, and who can actually take advantage of your offerings?
Well, thank you for asking that. And I can tell you that, so we served over 10,000 individuals in Hillsborough County last year. Wow. And provided almost 30,000 services, which sounds like a really big number, right?
But Hillsborough County is huge.
Exactly. Hillsborough County is huge, and we are funded by the taxpayers of Hillsborough County. So if we're only serving 10,000, then there's a lot of people that they're not utilizing their tax dollars, right?
Exactly.
And we would love, right. So one of the ways that corporations can get in contact with us, and literally familysupporthc.org. That's our website. And they can go there for all of the 7 centers. We have their monthly calendars listed there. So ideally, depending upon traffic, right? Individuals can get to any of our 7 centers, should be able to get to any of our 7 centers, anybody that lives in Hillsborough County, within 20 minutes.
Wow.
Right. So regardless of where you are in the county, you should be able to get to one of the 7 centers in, within 20 minutes. Traffic, right? Let me keep saying that, traffic.
Yeah, I know,
but,
traffic,
yeah,
right?
right. Yeah, gotta
maybe,
account for that.
Yeah, and maybe you just tell the listeners, because we have listeners worldwide, we're talking about Tampa, Tampa, Florida, Hillsborough County. Now, does your program also exist in other counties all over America, for instance?
Okay, so we follow the National Family Support Network model. We have standards that we follow. We follow the 5 protective factors. So we are a member of the National Family Support Network. So when it comes to how we utilize our standards and the standards of service that we offer, I want to say in Florida, there is 2 other organizations that's a member of the Florida Family Resource Center Network. But I can tell you that across the U.S., they are everywhere. And so you just want to look for an organization that is following, that's standing in line with the 5 protective factors and our standards of service and how we deliver those. One of the things that we do is our programming and the things that we offer is driven by the community. I could come up with different things to put on all day long.
Yeah.
But if nobody asks for it,
if it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit. Yeah.
Right. If nobody asks for it, it doesn't matter. Right. So it's community driven. We have community advisory councils, and that's how we really get the pulse of the community, because what a family asks for in town and country would be different than what a family asks for in Ruskin or in Plant City. So that's really how we drive what we do, and that's based upon what the community asks for. So, and even I said community advisory councils, we would always love to have members of the community come and join our councils. Come and tell us what you want to see in your community. A lot of our programming is driven, it was created because center members asked for it. One of the things that I'm really happy about is our language offerings. In all 7 centers, we offer different languages, whether or not we're teaching a family English, or we're teaching a family Spanish or Mandarin or Arabic, because those are things that those were things that were requested. So I can just tell you, regardless of how much a family makes, where a family lives, as long as it's in Hillsborough, they can come in and they can benefit from the classes that we offer, whether or not it be the tutoring. We have math tutoring. We're getting ready to kick off our reading tutoring. We have a lot of different, learn and play. Oh my gosh, how could I not mention learn and play?
Learn and play, love it.
Oh my gosh, learn and play, and the power of play. And that's literally each week at all 7 centers, the Glazier comes out and they do learn and play, and they're teaching families how to play, right? St. Joseph's, and they come out, and we have our mobile medical clinic, where we are literally, our centers turn into a medical clinic, and we're doing medical screenings. And we are also, doing immunizations and things like that, the things that, help relieve stress off parents, because they don't have to worry, right?
Yeah.
So again, we have just, those great programs going on year round here, in Hillsborough County and at our family resource centers.
I love it. And, think about it. Immunization, you say, that's a stress factor for children, for families, but being done in a hospital or a doctor's office versus being done at your center, where having fun and happiness is at the forefront, that's a different outcome. It just is, it's the same shop, but it's different outcome, because you guys are going to make sure that everything is supported and in a well-feeling manner. So, I just like the whole complexity of what you do. And I like that it's under the, you know, under the hood of happiness and de-stressing and supporting families. And I really, whoever is listening, corporations, I really invite, you know, every workplace should immediately and tell everyone, even when somebody starts working there, should tell everyone this is available for you. Because I mean, how wonderful it is when your people that are parents are supported, and therefore they're not so stressed, therefore they come to work happier. And I mean, everything goes hand in hand. I really, really like what I know. I love what you do. So let's talk about the Passport Summer Program, because we talked a little bit before about it. And that's why I said, when I said in the beginning, I will learn a lot today. So teach me, tell me, educate me. What is that all about?
So Summer Passport. Summer Passport is a great program that is funded again by the Children's Board. And this is our 5th year of providing Summer Passport. And a lot of times, a lot of people will say that, oh, it's a free. Well, let me explain. It's not free, right? It's paid for by the Children's Board. So there's a cost, but the cost is covered already. And Summer Passport is a program where the families are able to come in and register their children for summer camps at a variety of different attractions around Hillsborough County. So if you give me a second, I'll run through what those attractions are, right?
Yeah,
so we
do
have
it.
the Glacier, right? We have the Glacier Children's Museum. We
Love
have
it.
Tampa Bay Lightning. We have Mosey. And we have the Pirtle Strass Center for Performing Arts. We have the Tampa Theater. And then we also have the Tampa Museum of Art and Zoo Tampa, right?
Wow.
So we have, right. I mean, it's, and that's not just like one camp at each one of those places. There are so many camps that they are able to choose from in those different, you know, at those different attractions. And again, this is paid for by, you know, the Hillsborough County Children's Board. And like, it's just so amazing. This year, we're doing registration a little differently. Because after each year, we stop and we listen. Everything that we do is driven by the community, and we listen to the community. And they said, hey, we want to do it differently. So this year's registration is being done like it's never been done before. The only thing that's the same, and this is so important that I say this, that you have to be a member of the Children's Board by the Children's Board Family Resource Center by February 4th. So important, right?
How do you become a member? How do I become a member?
To become a member, I just need them to run, not walk.
Run,
not walk. It obeys speed limits. Let me say that, right?
Stay safe, but run.
Right, safety first, right? Safety first. And to one of the 7 resource centers.
Okay.
To one of the 7 resource centers. So we have Town and Country, Central, which is Ybor, North Tampa, Temple Terrace, Brandon, South County, and Plant City. So I need them to come to the resource center. And what's most important, because I've seen this a couple of times where a mom will bring in, or a dad will bring in a child for this one class, and they'll register that one child, but they have other kids at home, and they don't register those other children. So now we have those children that are missing out on the opportunity for like Summer Passport. So we like to tell you, when you come in, register everybody. If mom's mom is at home, register her too, because we have some classes that grandma might be interested in. So literally, when you come into the resource center, register the entire family, right?
Including
that's so important.
cats and dogs, including, just include them.
We'll work on that. We'll work on that. But yeah, but with Summer Passport, that is the most important thing that I want to make sure that I get out there, that February 4th is the deadline to make sure that not only that obviously mom and dad are signed up, but that they have all of their children available that are eligible to actually be registered. And the ages for the Summer Passport program, the children have to be either, the youngest ages, they have to be 6 by June 1st, or they have to be 4, they can't be any older then 14 by June 1st of this year.
Okay.
So if your child is 5 now, but they'll be turning 6 before June 1st, sign them up. You know,
Okay.
now again, if your child is 14 on June 1st, that's fine. But so it's the 6 to 14 is the age group. They have to be a member. Again, February 4th is that deadline. Obviously, Hillsborough County residents. And literally that is it. Now for the registration process this year, what we're going to do is it's going to be by phone, which is totally different, because I can tell you years prior, you had to come into the center. You would read through a packet and pick your camps. But this year it's going to be by phone. There's going to be information on our website, and we'll share between now and March 4th, which is the first registration date. We'll share that information, but the families can look through the website, find out what camps they're interested in. So when they call on either March 4th or March 6th, and the hours for calling is 10 to 5:30 on March 4th and March 6th, when they call, they can have all of their camps picked out, because it is first come, first serve, which again is something that the families asked for. They were like, listen, last year I showed up early. I know I was the first one in line and I waited, and then my child didn't get selected. So this year, first come, first serve, we're providing out all the information in advance so the families can call. And if you call and you don't get through, call back. We have plenty operators that'll be standing by to take those registrations. And again, for those amazing camps. So again, Zoo Tampa, the Glacier Children's Museum, Tampa Bay Lightning, the Mosey, the Patel Strass Center for the Performing Arts, Tampa Theater, and the Tampa Museum of Art. I was just so excited. I'm so excited.
What a lineup. What a lineup.
Oh my gosh,
I mean, it's
right?
like I want to be a kid again. I feel
know,
loved.
Right?
I actually feel loved by Tampa just for them doing this for the kids and by you guys. So basically, to just clarify again, go to the center, enroll and register with the Children's Sport Family Resource Centers, and then you do the phone call. That's how it works. And first come, first serve. So this is really amazing. And did I understand this correct, that in one place, like one of the museums and whatnot, there's different camps in that place that they can choose from?
Right. So it's not just like you're picking to go to the zoo.
Yes.
And you're just going to go to the zoo. No, what the zoo actually has a couple different camps to choose from. Mosey, the Tampa Bay Lightning, they have different camps to choose from, because again, we have the different age groups, right? So they might have a camp for this age group, a camp for this age group. So there's different camps to choose from. I'm just so excited, and I can tell you, I
can tell that you're excited. You're fired up. It's amazing.
And you talk right, and like the Tampa Theater, they're gonna make a movie. Like the kids that get, come on, right? They get to make a movie.
I love it.
Yeah,
love it.
And the thing that's important to me too about this is, as parents, we know our children, and you literally get to take a hand in signing your child up for something that they're interested in. What other opportunity, other than me sitting there like Googling and trying to figure out like, how do I make a movie, right?
Yeah.
But having professionals that know how to actually teach your child.
That's amazing. And it's not everyday stuff. It's very specific. I mean, it's these,
exactly.
I would think that, just like making a movie, it's like a life-changing experience for every child that gets to participate. It's life-changing. And guess what? These children, they bring that life-changing experience and excitement home, and you as the parent can basically just sit there when you pick them up for a few minutes and just take that goodness in, and then really nourish yourself with that happiness too. And that's how happiness works, right? You nourish yourself, then you become happier, then you share it with the kids again, and then you're talking with the kids in a kinder tone, you're more understanding, and it's like constantly giving and taking, and really, really sharing and spreading. And also, I just want to say, so how does this camp passport opportunity for children tie into corporate happiness? Well, you get to choose for your children. That makes you happy because you're creating happiness for your children. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited because my child gets to go to a movie. She or he or they will be so excited. Well, guess what? That makes you happy. And then you sign up, then the child is happy, but then you also go to work and you know your child is in an incredible place. So that makes you happy. And you also know that you didn't have to pay for it and give this child that experience. Well, that makes you happy. And then you can go to work constantly thinking and kind of like latching onto the happiness and imagining how much happy, memories your child is making there while you're at work. That creates happiness. And then you can but you have to consciously know all this happiness creation stuff. And then you consciously can pump it into work, meaning that work becomes an exchange of happiness. So then you can tell your coworkers, guess what? Isn't that amazing? And then, so everyone has always so many opportunities, millions, billions of opportunities to create happiness by talking, by feeling, by being conscious, and by, also noticing these little happiness things, and not to wait for a happy, workplace, or to wait for a happier experience at home. No, you can actually create it, and then you can pump it up like I always say, animate your life, animate. And like a Broadway star, how would a Broadway star talk about that and really kind of pump it up? And that is pure, that's amazing. And I think your center stands for that, because I see it in you, how fired up you are.
Well, and to your point, like you said, you're creating that happiness. And I know that, okay, it is funded by the Children's Board, but we don't know your children. So you're the one that's taking that active part in knowing your child and creating the opportunity for your child to attend these camps. You're looking through and you're saying, you know what, Billy wants to play. Billy's really good at soccer, and you're signing Billy up for the Tampa Bay Lightning because they're not just doing, ice hockey. They have football. They have so many different opportunities here. So again, it's about you as a parent taking an active role in creating that happy environment for your child. And at this situation, it's not even just at home. You're creating a happy environment when they're away from home. And a lot of times we know when we send our kids out into the world, it's like this, that they have a good day, right?
Yeah, right.
We're crossing our fingers that they have a good day. But we know that the kids that are selected, that their parents put them in these summer passport programs, we know that they're going to have a great day.
Oh, yeah.
We know that their days are going to be filled with happiness.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, there's a couple things that, with the summer passport, we don't do transportation to the camps. So like the parents are responsible for that. Some of the camps, the parents might be responsible for lunch, things like that, and snacks and hydration, bring water bottles, right? This is Florida, and it's going to be summertime, bring water bottles, but other than that, you're setting your child up for, to have a happy summer, and we know, and we know that when our kids are happy, as a parent, we feel like we've done something.
You're
right?
happy too. Yeah.
Right. You're right. When we think about, we just went through the holiday season, and for those couple of minutes where that child is sitting there and they're opening up those gifts, we know those, as a parent, those are the happiest times, because we're watching our child be happy, and this is just an extension of that. This is just another way to pour into yourself and your family.
Absolutely. And kind of what comes in to maybe highlight also for the listeners and lots of parents that are listening to really kind of realize that sometimes we as parents, that's just how we grew up or whatnot, are kind of keeping ourselves and with that our kids back to really reach for the stars, and with that, what I mean is so we're talking about this amazing filmmaking, whatnot stuff. Maybe some parents will feel maybe well, I don't know, and about the serving, and I never had that, and can I really, and and what to really just jump over that hoop It's time to jump over the hoop and go reach for the stars for yourselves, you know. And as a parent, you just realize you are enough just being there. You've already
Yes.
given the child the biggest gift of everything, which is you gave the child life. And to really realize when you feel down or when you feel not worthy or not enough or fat or whatnot, to say, you know what, I gave my child the biggest gift there is. I gave my child life. And then to start there, you know, so you feel bad, realize that. And then from there, you're like, wow, you know, so you already feel better. And then to kind of like keep going on that energetic, you know, frequency of feeling good about yourself. And then you can say, well, I am here for my child. I'm looking out for my child. I protect my child. I teach my child. I nourish my child. I am just here for my child. That's enough. And then leave it. Do not think further, because what comes further is usually what trips us up, and then goes old recordings, whatnot. And then from there, get your child that passport program, knowing that you deserve it, that your child deserves it, and that this is an amazing opportunity and gift that's given to you because it makes a better world in the bigger picture. It really does.
Right.
It makes the world a better place. You registering and calling and signing your child up for these summer camps makes the world a better place. You're creating happiness.
Exactly.
Very important.
You're creating happiness. And you're creating happiness for, again, your child. We brought them here, right?
Yeah.
We brought them here, and now we want to create that safe and loving environment and happy environment for them. And while you're doing it for them, also, parents are people too,
Yes.
right? Parents are people too, and our happiness matters. And literally, just creating that environment where you can be happy, you know, because we know that our children emulate us, right? They emulate and imitate us, and that, you know, our behaviors and what they see from us. So that's why happiness has to matter to us as parents, because we need it to matter to our children.
I love
right?
it, love it,
So,
love it. Yeah,
yeah.
no. So I think, yeah, it's just wonderful. So exciting, so exciting. So where can people find you? Like, you know, because somebody may actually say, I want to talk with her. This is amazing. Where can they connect with you?
So my contact information, again, I'm director of the Children's Board Family Resource Center. So shocker, we put up our bio, and if you read my staff bio, you'll see I am this way all the time, right? But again, familysupporthc.org, and contact information is there. It's Tyheshia Scott, and I'm the director. They tell me that I have an office in Ruskin, but with having 7 centers, I go throughout all the time. I'm sitting in Ruskin here, and it feels different, even though this is my office. Well, I'm actually in somebody else's office because somebody is using my office. But again, I'm always at one of the 7 centers. But definitely, you can email me. It's Tyheshia. And I'm sure that there'll be information there. I'm not going to try to make anybody write that down right now.
Yeah.
But it's tyheshia.scott@lsfnet.org. Again, LSF is the managing agency for all 7 of the Children's Board Family Resource Centers. And I am always in one of the centers. And they can reach me by email. If they go to our staff pages there on familysupporthc.org, they can see the information for me and the rest of my wonderful staff. I can tell you, I don't do this by myself. I have a huge group of wonderful individuals that are just as dedicated to the children and families of Hillsborough County as I am.
That's amazing. Yeah, I know. I met a lot of them already. Everyone is really, really wonderful. So we're actually at the end of our show. So please, you know, listeners, go do the passport program, connect with the Children's Board Family Resource Centers, get what you need. And thank you so much for being on the show. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. This has been so great.
Awesome. And listeners, I hope you got a bunch of good stuff out of it and a lot of happiness, and bring that and roll that over into your family. And I'll talk to you next time. This is Jacqueline from FreakyHealer.com.